Shalom, friends. I'm Mitch Glazer, president of Chosen People Ministries. This year, 2022, we plan to go back to basics, focusing on evangelism, discipleship, and deeper training. We're blessed to have ministry staff all around the world engaged in each of these areas of outreach and ministry. And now we've invited them to share updates and testimonies of what the Lord is doing among His chosen people. So join us as we share some stories from Israel, America, and the true Holy Land, in my humble opinion, Brooklyn and New York City. God bless you and enjoy these wonderful testimonies.
Shalom, I'm Robin, and I'm the branch leader of Chosen People Ministries in Tel Aviv, Israel, and the region around Tel Aviv. In Ramat Gan, which is right next to Tel Aviv, we have a Messianic Center. It is decorated like a hip cafe, and we can create in that space different setups. So it works perfectly for Bible studies, for worship events, for music nights with bands playing, as a coffee house, for banquet dinners for Shabbat. And typically, we are inviting people from the community, believers and non-believers, young adults, Holocaust survivors, families, into all these events. They can grow in their faith, where those who don't know Yeshua can hear about Jesus, and believers and non-believers can meet each other, and it's just a wonderful atmosphere. A lot of our ministry is very relational. We had a picnic, and I think like 60 or 70 young adults came, and we were doing worship in a crowded park in Israel, and people were looking on and listening. And also the believers who came, some of them brought friends who weren't believers, and they're asking other people, like, so you're a believer too? Have you come to faith? It was just an amazing environment. So we planned a tour day for Israelis, where we went not to the usual tour sites, but some that many Israelis had never been to. And they learned about the place, but then afterwards we shared a meal and a bonfire and, a barbecue and worship under the stars in this amazing Bedouin style tent. Amazing pockets were happening all around, little conversations, spiritual conversations, people praying for each other. People who had brought non-believing friends were hearing testimonies, and it just was very relational, very natural, and you could just sense that God was doing something wonderful. So we plan to continue doing more of these type of fun adventure activities that also let people connect and bond and talk and get to know each other and hear the gospel and grow in their faith.
Shalom, my name is Robert Walter, and I'm the New York Regional Director for Chosen People Ministries here in Brooklyn, New York. So this year, we have a lot of different things planned as we sort of, ease our way back into some normal ministry. This summer, we're actually going to have a whole group of our staff from around the country, around the US, around the world, come and join us in New York for a 1-week sort of intense time of street outreach and evangelism. So we plan on going into the parks, going into, by the subway stations to set up book tables and engage with Jewish people that way, and go out in teams of 2 and 3 to do surveys or spiritual questionnaires in the different parks and strategic locations around the city where Jewish people will be. So again, we're really looking forward to that. And we kind of are excited and think it's going to really be like sort of a boost to our local work here in New York. And then on top of that, another thing that we plan to do going forward is establishing monthly fellowships in some strategic locations that are more suburban, but are in the New York area. So I'm talking about places in Long Island, places in North Jersey, Central Jersey, again, in upstate New York and around the Philadelphia area, where a lot of Jewish people live in these suburban communities, and they're just unreached. And it's very difficult to sort of get in there into those communities. It's not exactly the kind of place where you can go door to door or set up a book table or stand by the subway to engage with new Jewish people. So we want to establish these monthly fellowships in these strategic locations as a way to build up the Jewish believers in those communities and encourage our Gentile brothers and sisters in their understanding of the Jewishness of their faith so that they can go out and reach and bring the gospel to their Jewish friends. And of course, we want to make it possible for Jewish seekers to come and join these fellowships as well, to hear more about the good news that Jesus is the Messiah of Israel.
Shalom, everybody. I'm Rich Flashman with Chosen People Ministries. One of the ministries that I lead is called the Havarah Ministry, Online Havarah. The idea behind that is to offer up to Jewish people an opportunity to get together and to have fellowship. That's what Havarah means. It means fellowship. And also to learn about the Jewish culture and the Jewish religious practices. One of the things that we focus on are the Jewish holidays. We do this with a database of about 30,000 Jewish people who have responded to us. We had a young lady join us. Her name, well, I'll say her name is Hope. Grew up as a Reformed Jewish girl in a little Midwest town, and sort of left religious Judaism and went her own way for a while. She attended a traditional Passover online during COVID. Chosen People Ministries was advertising on that particular site that she went to, and she connected with us through that advertisement and gave us her contact information for when we will be doing something along these lines. So we invited her, she came, and she seemed very eager to learn. We noticed that she was asking great questions, and so we started asking her, what she thought of Yeshua, of Jesus, and one thing led to the other, and she prayed with me to receive the Lord that day. It was beautiful, and she's very excited about her faith, and we're delighted to have her in the family.
We hope these stories have encouraged your heart and your journey to share the good news with your Jewish friends and family. We certainly hope you will prayerfully consider supporting us this year, and your gifts will provide for our various ministries, the production of our training programs, very important, as well as other exciting new media platforms and content. So thank you for praying and partnering with us. We hope to continue our mission to share the gospel with Jewish people all around the world, and we can't do it without you.